drumming. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap, because I don't need to hear you a minute. So I'm going to swap my microphones over, okay? Because otherwise you're going to get a funky sort of funny noise. So bear with me a second. Can you all hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Is that okay?
Now,
Yeah?
yes.
I can't hear you now, okay? So you'll have to just, or put the number 1 in the chat, I think, if we can. You can all hear me, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, so let me tell you a little story. Drumming has been quite a large part of my life, and the reason for that is that my father was a drummer in the RAF, and he was the ones who used to go on the marches and things like that, and I always wanted to be a drummer, and I had a drum kit as a child, never really bothered with it, but I knew it was always something drumming I wanted to do. And in my working capacity, I met a gentleman called Phil Suarez, who was a drummer of a band that some of you may know, the younger ones amongst you, was called Amen Corner. And it was a song that was sang by a guy called Andy Fairweather Lowe, who I know really well. And it's a song called Paradise is Twice as Nice. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Anyway, so that was the song that he was a drummer of. And I said to Phil once, I said, Phil, I want to play the drums. My dad played the drums. You've played the drums. I need some drum lessons. He said, well, just go and do it, kid. And I never. And then one day he phoned me up. We worked together in football. And he said, I'm not going to get to see Cardiff in the Premier League. I said, why is that, Phil? You're moving away? He said, no, I got terminal throat cancer. And I was like, oh, shut the front door. And I was in Spain at the time. And really upset. And there's a church I go to. I don't go in there. I rub the door if ever I want a miracle. I would kiss my hand and rub the door and pray. And I did that. And unfortunately, it didn't work. And he passed away. So in his memory, I decided that I was going to go and take drum lessons, which I did. And I started to learn to play the drums. And I'm a bit of a sort of get in and do it guy. So as part of my bucket list, it was playing live in a band, playing the drums live in a band at a gig. And I did it. I played 2 gigs. Well, technically, I don't know whether you could class it as playing. I was in the back banging something hard and fast. But that was about it, really. And I became very good friends with another person who was through my football. He was another drummer whose name was Stuart Cable. And Stuart was a drummer for a very well-known Welsh band called the Stereophonics, which some of you guys might know, a very famous song, Dakota, and things like that. And we were really good mates, and we used to go to drumming clinics together, and he used to host them, and he used to have this big long drum kit, and he could play it from one side to the other. And there's another guy called Steve Smith, and Steve Smith was the drummer, the original drummer for the Oasis, which is another band you probably would have heard of. But unfortunately, Stuart passed away at the age of 40. He went out for a drink one night. He left the band. He'd gone out for a drink one night. The band were playing at the football stadium that I was running. And he just wanted to go out because it was his stadium, and he didn't, he wasn't going to be there. And he drank too much and choked on his vomit, and sadly passed away at the age of 40. So I sort of have got drumming and friends and all those through. So it runs through my veins. But when I think back about it, all the connections and spiritually with people who I've known for many years and lost, unfortunately, has made me want to do drumming. And drumming is special. And when I bought the drum a couple of months ago, I've sort of been, as I always do, I always go full on into it, and just sort of sat with my guides and started to understand shamanic drumming and the importance of shamanic drumming, and to use shamanic drumming for, basically, it's like a mantra. It's a sound mantra, which allows you to get down into the different states of consciousness, to be able to create that space, to be able to call in your guides, to be able to work and create that spiritual space for healing, for development, for messages, for love, for everything. And your shamanic guides, they're there, they're the keepers of this earth. But to get them to come in, we got to meditate, and we got to, ask them to come in, invite them in. And a lot of that's done through drumming. And shamanic drumming, I don't know whether you know about it, but shamanic drumming really starts off with quite a slow beat, and then it builds to quite a fast beat. And then there's something called the callback, which right at the end, it'll stop, and then it'll be in frequent slow beats. So then you come back. So for this meditation, all we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes. I'm going to turn the camera around and you can look at the woods. We're going to close our eyes and you're just going to follow the beat of the drum. But when you follow the beat of the drum, just do it in your space. You know, we talk about that sacred space when you connect in with yourself, when we do that mindful breathing. You can focus on your breath, but just listen to the sound and just follow the beat. And when the beat really starts going, to get that shamanic depth of trance, it needs to be beating around about 3 to 4 beats per second. So it's really quite fast, okay? But once we do that, then you should be right in then. Just follow the beat. Allow this wonderful energy of this ancient woodland. And when I wanted to do my first shamanic drumming session, this is the only place I wanted to do it. So, you know, this is what we're developing, you know, where it's costing me a lot of money at the moment. But that's okay. We'll sort of get some of it back somewhere along the line, I hope. But, you know, things like pre-app for planning, for looking at how we're going to, you know, cut the paths and where we're going to put some of the accommodation, how are we going to bring the forest back to life and restore it. There's a 500-year forest and a lot of it's died. So what was the old plantations, vegetation, all of these things, how we can, you know, bring it back to its life. And I know for a fact that when I've come in here and I sit here, they're happy that we're here. And I sense and feel that they're happy we're here because they know that we've not only got the woods and the forest's best interests at heart, but we have got the earth and humanity's best interests at heart as well. We're trying to leave this place better than when we found it. So, you know, that's a little story about me and drumming, and this is why I wanted to do it here. So it's quite special. So whilst I am drumming, I will be thinking of Phil and Stuart, and because it's quite an emotional, special moment for me as well. And I hope that we can, you know, have a nice 15-20 minute session here where we're just going to journey on the sound, find your space, invite your shamanic guides in and see what happens. You know, as always, who knows? But what we're going to do is we're going to give it a go. And when we start with shamanic drumming, we always hold our drum against our heart and just close our eyes, and we can all put our hands on our hearts if you want, and just close your eyes and just take a deep breath in and just connecting with your heart. I'm connecting with my drum through my heart, but I'm back through my drum. And the beautiful sounds that we can hear here just are mystical in themselves. So I'm going to flip the camera around now. Okay, so you got a picture of the woodland. I'll just do that with it. So you got a wider looking down into the dell and the river. So I can see you here. Okay. And all we're going to do now is I just want you to close your eyes, sit back and relax. Close your eyes, sit back and relax. And just take a deep breath in and just follow your breath, just like you would do normally as if you're going to go down into a meditation. Just focus on your breath, anchor your breath, and just feel that wonderful space around you. What we're going to do now is we're going to start a very slow beat, then it'll pick up, it'll get faster, then it'll stop, and then I'll do a comeback. When it stops, don't come back, just stay where you are, and then you'll hear a comeback beat, okay? Are we all okay with that? Sorry, I asked you to meditate, but if you're okay, just press 1 so you can hear me and everything's fine. Perfect. Good. Okay, here we go. Take a deep breath in, focus on your breath, and just let the music take you away. Just stay there for a while. Just keep your eyes closed, breathing on your breath. Just hearing the beautiful sounds of our woodland, of our special space. Just focusing on your breath and journeying where you are. Feeling the healing energy that's been built all around you. Focusing on your heart and allowing your heart chakra, your heart energy to be rejuvenated, rekindled. Feeling the love from everybody in this room, from everybody in spirit, and for all the good souls in the world. Bring that energy in. And be love. Love yourself. Hold yourself with compassion, with loving kindness. Just say to yourself, I am love. I am special. I am me. I am love. I am special. I am me. Hold yourself with loving kindness. And give love now. You are love. You are special. You are you. Send that out to somebody who you think might need that at the moment. You are love. You are special. You are you. When you're ready, just take a deep breath in, wiggle your fingers, and come back into the room. So I hope you can hear me, because I've switched cameras now. I've switched microphones. So I'm hoping I can hear you as well. So if anyone's got anything to say, please feel free to jump on. How was it for you? Did you enjoy it? Was it, what happened? Tell me, talk to me. I'm hoping I can hear you. Does anyone want to speak? No?
We're coming back. Give us a minute.
All right, okay.
Lana says, very nice. Lana, unmute.
I'm on mute.
No, you're okay. About Lana.
Oh, Lana.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm half asleep over here in America. So,
You're also half awake then.
yes, half awake. That would work too.
The cup's half full. How was it?
That was great. It was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. What happened? Did you go anywhere? Did you...
I went into the woods. I was just by myself for the most part. That's all I really got. I'm really tired. I haven't gotten much sleep lately, so. But no, I really, really enjoyed that, and I just saw myself in the woods. That was it. But I really liked it. So.
Yeah, there's something special about these woods, I think, and any woods really. There's something which I'm studying now and looking at. It's called Shinrin Yoku, which is Japanese for forest bathing. And it's basically a Japanese version of forest mindfulness, where you just come and you sit in the woodland and just be aware of everything that's around you. You know, I'm sat here now and I haven't really taken much notice of anything, but if I look up there, I can see a leaf, and like the patterns, when I actually stare at the patterns on the leaf, are amazing. But it's all about that. It's all about being present, being in the moment, being here, rather than being here and being somewhere else. So
Yeah.
if you could be like you just were and enjoyed that, that's amazing.
Yeah, I felt it. I definitely felt the energy, so that was great.
Oh, well done. Thank you for joining me. Where are you in the world? In America or Canada?
Yes, I'm in Michigan.
Michigan.
Yep.
Right at the top, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, it's the one that looks like a mitten. The state that looks like a mitten.
My friend used to run the NASCAR in Michigan.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so I know where it is.
Where
Ronnie is, because Ronnie's actually, well, it is far, but it's Ottawa.
Ronnie's yeah, Canada, yes.
Yeah, so not too far, I don't think. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Anybody got anything else to say?
I smelt flowers round about me.
You could smell flowers?
Yeah.
That's
just
perfect.
a floral smell just all of a sudden started round about me. It was brilliant. It was a really intense healing as well, and I felt it in my heart.
Oh, that's good. How was the drumming?
Well, I've never heard anything like that before. It was good.
Oh, good. Good. Thank you, Ron. It's a pleasure. Anybody else got anything to say?
Are you ready to hear mine?
Am I ready to hear yours?
Yes.
When somebody asks me that, automatically I think no.
Okay, we'll pass, no problem.
Because if you have to ask for permission, it generally is no. Go on.
Okay, I felt I came there to the woods. I called my shaman guides, and we started the journey to all the directions, calling archangels and Jesus. Lady of the Avalon came and blessed the place through Demi, which is not here now. I became one with the woods, and then I felt I hugged a tree. Don't ask, okay?
You had a tree?
I hugged a tree, yes.
Hugged a tree?
Hugged, yes.
Hugged as in that?
I can't hear you clear now, which is good, I suppose.
Yes. You hugged a tree?
Yes. Have you done it?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. So this woodland is on the same ley line as Glastonbury.
Wow.
So I had a South African shamanic guy come here, and he's put rods in the ground where all the ley lines are, and he did dowsing. So he came here and he doused all the land and said, don't put anything by there and don't put anything by there, because then the leys are crossing over and it's too powerful, it's this and that. So he basically just came in here and just told me what was what. But it's on the same ley line as Glastonbury. And as I said before, Glastonbury to here and the equal distance and the equal angle is to Stonehenge to Glastonbury. So Stonehenge is exactly the same. That's people who don't know where Stonehenge is, but Stonehenge is obviously that stone monument that is so famous for spiritual stuff, and the summer solstice and the winter solstice and things like that. So it's on the same lane line. So I'm not surprised anybody would come here and not pick up some form of energy from Glastonbury, and especially because we're intrinsically linked to it. I don't know what it is yet. I'm going over there for 4 days next week, Sunday through till Thursday. I'm just going to go and. I've read the book about the history of Avalon, and I'm going to go and visit some places. But more important, I'm going to sit down because something in there is linking me with Joseph of Arimathea, and I don't know what it is, and I don't need to know what it is because I'll be shown what it is when it's ready for me to see what it is. So I just trust and surrender and take all of the human elements of wanting to know answers and needing to know what's this and needing to know that, and just allowing spirit to guide me and do it in a way that is conducive to my development, which is what we all should be doing, shouldn't we, Eleanor?
Yes, for sure. And this rings many bells. Stop asking questions and have the need to know the answers. Okay, thank you for that today. Beverly wants to speak though. We can continue with Beverly.
Beverly.
Come back to New Zealand.
Yes.
I've lost my thing.
You've lost your thing?
Yes, I can't see any pictures now. Bugger.
It's okay. We can see you though.
Yep.
Oh, dreadful.
Well,
we're
actually,
outside.
Bright light above your head. I think it's a sign.
Yeah, I need to turn it off or go back in. No, I'm sat outside now. It's a nice night here. Your woodland, Julian.
Yes. No, let's rephrase that. Our woodland, Beverly.
Okay, our woodland. You have a couple of monks there hanging around. Yeah. Real old guardians of the wood.
You see,
and they're watching what we're doing.
Yeah.
Rather amused. But they're very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This woodland, one of the reasons why I took this woodland, because I was shown the river, there's a church, which I might even do a live from. I might go down into Llantwit Major and do a live from the church. The church is the Church of St. Illtyd. That church has been there since Dot, really. But that place was where the first seat of Christian learning, the first spiritual college in the world, was in Llantwit Major on the site that this river runs down into. So, and that was set up by St. Illtyd, who was the cousin of King Arthur, who gave up all of his nobility and everything to build a spiritual college to help spread, at that time, spirituality and Christianism.
Yeah.
And it's really powerful down there, and it's where all the powerful stones are. And if we ever come over, we'll sit in that room for 10 minutes and meditate with the stones. It's incredible. And I might even just go down and do a bit of a live later. But it all links in. So that site there is very much the old monastery. It's the old. So this woodland would have been part of the makeup of that church and everything within it. So yes, there is a very ancient spiritual and religious part to this. So I'm not surprised that you picked up on monks.
Yeah. No, it's just got a beautiful feeling to it.
It has,
really
yeah.
Beautiful feeling. Maybe one day we'll be allowed to come back home for a while.
Well,
that would be nice. Yeah. Get COVID out of the way, then she might let us out.
Yeah. You never know. But it'll all be done by then by the time you get over anyway. You'll walk into it all pristine and looking amazing. So you'll just have the good part. You won't have all the other part you've got to do. So that'll be nice for you.
Yeah, we'll try and get some more money raised.
Yeah, we'll get there. Don't worry. It'll happen. I have no doubt about that.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Bev. Go to bed now, and I'll see you in another 5 hours then, is it?
Probably, yeah.
Any more? Anyone got anything to say anything? I'm meeting my brother and his kids. He said to me, I haven't seen you for ages. He says it was his birthday a couple of days ago. So when you bring the kids up the woods, he said, I forgot you got to the woods. I can bring them up. So they're going to come up and play in the woods for an hour.
Go and have some fun. Have some family fun.
There's a big swing. My daughter made a big swing in the middle of here. It goes over the river. So I'm sure they'll go on that.
Wait till you listen to the playback, Julian, near the end of your drumming, the response of the birds in sync with your drumming. It was really cool.
Oh, wow.
It was like the very last part, they were very, very in sync with your drumming.
The squirrels were running and going crazy.
It was very noticeable.
Oh, fantastic. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good now.
There we go. Did you enjoy
Pretty
it?
good. Yeah, absolutely. I'm very partial to shamanic drumming. I'm really hoping to go to the powwow on the Tyendinaga Reserve this it should be this month. I've done it once, and I was talking to Mandy, and I told her if she could go to a powwow to go, because it's and you should if you could, because what they do is they have a teepee and in the middle of the circle, and all the elders are drumming, and you dance in the circle, and the energy is just amazing. Like it's I can't even describe it.
Oh, that's amazing. Sounds amazing. I'll try and get to when this COVID is over. I think everyone's got lots to do, haven't they? We've got lots to catch up on. I was thinking about that earlier, actually. Do I stay 47 next year? Because this year I haven't lived it. So can we just write 2020 off and just say that it's so we can just stay a year? Does that work?
Yep, I always say I'm 39 again.
Yeah, I know that feeling. 39 was not a very good year for me, so I'll be 40. But, yeah.
Okay, then 38.
Give me that for a view. Should we buy that lake?
Oh my God, I'm gonna miss this so much. Like you have no idea how much I'm gonna miss this.
It's stunning, isn't it?
But
Absolutely.
first thing in the morning, all you hear are the birds, like the birds. It's crazy. And then the trees. I'm waiting for my family of raccoons to come up.
Oh, slash. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Beverly's 22, she said. Okay. Any more before I cut the satellite link?
Thank you.
Sunny Wales.
As always, wonderful.
It's a pleasure. Nice to see you all.
Yeah, thank you, Julian. It was lovely.
Oh, you decided to come back now.
I lost connection. I'm sitting there in my meditation and it's so quiet. I'm thinking, what's going on here? I looked at my phone, it cut off. And I couldn't had trouble coming back in. I don't think King Arthur liked it.
Have you
Hey?
seen his tomb?
Yes, I have. I have.
It's
awesome.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. No, it was really good. I felt I had more of a feeling as opposed to seeing anything. So more more in line with your chakras, especially towards the end. My root chakra was kind of going nuts. My heart was really pounding quite hard. So yeah, definitely healing. So thank you.
Goody. Okay, well, thank you all for joining me and us today in this wonderful space that you're all helping towards with your £11.11 per month. It all helps. And the next phase, now I'm going to try and get to 10 grand to do the master plan and the architect drawings and everything else. So there's lots to do. And thank you very much for your help. And one day I'm sure we will all be sat in this wonderful space listening to somebody else maybe drumming, but certainly enjoying it anyway. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday. I'm going to try and get 2 events in a week. I'm going to try and do like a special, especially in the summer. We need to do like special lives like this, get out and about. So you can, wherever you are in the world, it feels like you're getting out, but also you're seeing a bit. So next week, we'll do the circle on the Wednesday night, but I might do something over in Glastonbury somewhere. Or I might go to Wells Cathedral or something, or I don't know. We'll see. And we'll do something there. We'll do something else. Maybe not drumming in the middle of a cathedral. That might not go down too well. But certainly I'm sure we can think of something to do. Have a lovely evening. If you're going to bed now, Beverly, have a wonderful morning. If you're a morning, have a splendid lunch. I am now 63 hours into a 72-hour fast. I have until 8 o'clock this evening to eat. And my wife has already started to cook me a vegetable soup, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm glad I left because the smell, I nearly ate the pan, let alone the soup that's in it. I am starving, but strangely, very full of energy, like spookily full of lots of energy, which is great. So I'd highly recommend it as long as you take medical advice from your doctor. That was a formal warning. But yeah, 72 water fast. Yeah, been interesting. Thank you very much, guys, and I shall see you online. If not, I shall see you next Wednesday. Have a lovely day, evening, morning, and a fantastic weekend. Be love and
Have
give
a
love.
blessed day.
Yeah,
Thank
bye-bye.
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Okay, is it just us? Seriously?
Yay!
Yep.
It's been so
That was
long.